All right, today we're going to talk about a live market scanner. If you do have any questions or comments, please enter them in the chat box. That way I'll be able to see them and reply to them right away. So I want to make sure that everyone knows that MT4 Professional and Resilient Traders are not investment advisory services. We're not registered broker advisors, and we are not broker dealers. So we do not give you any recommendations or suggestions to buy or sell any instrument. But what we do is teach and train you how to use our remarkable software, the platform MT4Professional, and how to apply those to your specific trading examples. Futures, stocks, spot currencies, cryptocurrencies, Forex have a large potential for reward, but also have a large potential for risk. You must be willing to accept these risks in order to invest in any of these markets. We make no representation that your account will go up or down if you use our product. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so make sure that you get advice from a competent financial advisor before you start trading or investing in any of these markets. All right, so as I said, I'm Randy Lindsay. I am your trade coach today, operations director here at MT4Professional. Claudio Cardinale is joining me in the background. He's our product development guru. He's our product development director and our technology guru. So he is a guru pretty much in everything he does. So my hat's off to him. We're going to talk about a market scanner, what it is, and what is MT4Professional. We're going to give you a very live demonstration, answer all of your questions, hopefully, and make you a very special offer if you haven't already started using this remarkable platform. So what is a scanner and what does it do? Most people know and understand what a scanner is, but if you're looking at Forex and if you're looking on the MT4 or MT5 platform, you're looking at 50 different Forex pairs, 20 CFDs, 9 timeframes. It's more than 630 combinations that you have to be looking at constantly and checking. Do you really think that with that many combinations, you're able to do this manually? Do you think that you're missing opportunities? Well, I think that you are. I used to miss them all the time. Well, today trading on different instruments is important because it makes, not only does it make trading profitable, but it provides you with uncorrelated trading, and uncorrelated instruments is a way to remove uncertainty in the market and to diversify your portfolio. So if you are trading using different instruments and if you have a tool that can go through and search for these instruments whenever they are setting up, that would be a perfect solution for a trader. That would be a market scanner. Market scanner does just such a thing. It's a tool that automatically allows you to scan the entire market at a single glance for any symbol or time frame using your own custom rules, and it's based on standard or custom indicators. So it's not a signal provider per se, but it's a tool that allows you to analyze all of your strategies, any strategy that you want, and allows you to use whatever indicator that you want to use. So for example, one of the simplest strategies is a cross of a simple moving average. So if I were to look at two moving averages, a 15 period and a 30 period moving average cross, then you know that the fast moving average crossing above the slow is a bullish cross, and the fast moving average moving below the slow moving average is a bearish cross. I like to signify the bullish cross as a green indication and a bearish cross as a red indication. So if we had a spreadsheet, or if we had something that listed all of the different symbols, and if we had a condition that showed us whether that was bullish or bearish for any time frame that we selected, that would be an incredible tool, don't you think? And then what if we were able to analyze that through multiple time frame analysis? Well, did you know that if you trade using multiple time frames, that you have a higher probability of a profitable trade? This is due to correlation. It's just one of the advantages of using multiple time frame analysis. So by checking multiple time frames before you start your trades will be in harmony with the longer term time frame, and the result will be higher probability, lower risk trade. If you look at the graphs over here on the right, showing a 15-minute, hourly, and 4-hour chart, then you can see that the 4-hour time frame has a long period of increase while the hourly has several drawbacks during that period of increase. The 15-minute has larger pullbacks with a lot of smaller ones nested inside of that. So if you're trading in the overall direction of this longer term trend, then you can see that the chances or your probability to succeed if you're trading only in that direction are greatly increased. If you do happen to trade against the trend, then these shorter term fade trades, then you could keep your profit target short and then continue to work through the trade. So understanding multiple time frames is very important. So if you had a market scanner that not only filtered through all of the symbols using your own custom tools, but could search for these setups based upon verified multiple time frame analysis, that would also be an extremely valuable tool. The problem was on MT4 or MT5, we could not find a professional market scanner. The scanners we did find were usually too complex to configure, which meant you had to be a programmer to use it. They were unstable or just a single tool that really didn't integrate well with the entire system. A lot of them were incompatible with many of the standard indicators that most people use. So there were lots of other issues. I didn't want to go through all of them, but our solution was to develop MT4Professional. The MT4Professional scanner is now the #1 scanner on MT4 and MT5. We decided to create MT4Professional because we were traders ourselves, and we wanted to use a tool that gave us an edge or an advantage in the market and helped us to simplify our trading by finding the trade setups and letting us know ahead of time that the trade was coming and we were ready to go and take that trade. So when you find a good setup in MT4Professional, it allows you to enhance that trade with multiple time frame analysis. So that's not really easy to do on MT4 and MT5. So not only do you get an instant scan alert, a tool to scan through matching your unique rule sets, but you get full multiple time frame analysis all in one package. So stay tuned. We're going to learn a lot more. But right now, it's poll time. We're going to run a quick poll to see what it is that can benefit you the most from MT4Professional. Is it that less risk on missing trades? Is it less time wasted searching for trade setups? Is it a better chance of finding high probability trades? Or maybe you don't know how it could best benefit you. But pick one, click the submit button. And as soon as a certain percentage of the people in the room respond, then we'll get a summary of the solutions or the picks that we got. So don't be shy. Pick one. Usually takes less than a minute. We have a couple of polls to go through, and then I'll go right into the demonstration. All right, better chance of finding high probability trades is the highest one. You can see that's very important. Less time wasted in searching trade setups, and several don't know, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. We'll hopefully answer most of your questions. So let me go ahead and close this and move to the next poll. The next poll is which scanner configuration would it be of most interest to you if I were to demonstrate it for you? Price interacting with an exponential moving average, a MACD and signal, the alligator, a moving average crossover. That's probably the most common. So pick one and let me know which one of those would be most interested, and I'll spend most time on the highest solution. And of course, since this is an interactive Q&A session, you can submit your own request. If you have a strategy or if you have something that you want me to look at, then I'll be more than glad to show you or demonstrate it here in MT4Professional. Now, MT4Professional is not an indicator. We don't have a suite of indicators, but what we do have is a platform enhancement to MT4 and MT5 to help you become consistent in your analysis and in your trading. So moving average crossover is the most popular with a MACD and signal and EMA and price. So we'll go through and use those in our demonstration today. So thank you very much for your attention. Now I'll switch over to a live demonstration where I'll demonstrate and show you the setup. Now, when you're outside of MT4Professional, you can see that you have regular standard charts. You can see that the mouse moves over inside the charts, and this is just regular MT4. So you can see if I middle click my mouse, I have a crosshair, but that crosshair is only available on the window that I'm in. So I'd have to go into the other windows, and you can see, notice the crosshairs do not synchronize. So if I want to do multiple time frame analysis to find out if this potential reversal bar here is the same on other charts, I'll need to look at the time and the date to make sure that it is accurate. Then I'll have to move over to this chart and look at the same time and date to see if that matches up with the previous chart right there. And then look at the next one, the same time and date, to see if, again, that matches up. So the idea behind that is you want that to be simplified. Also, if I have a chart that I want to rearrange or move in size, then I have to physically move and resize each window separately. And if I had windows that were separate sizes, then that's a nightmare. And notice how the blank space that's around the chart is missing. There's not an easy way to fill this up unless all of your windows are the same size. Most people don't have all windows the same size. So being able to keep up with that and use that in real time is just not convenient. It's just not easy at all. Last but not least, if I have a symbol that I want to change to, then I have to drag and drop the symbol from my watch list over onto the chart on each chart symbol if I want to do analysis on any or all of the time frames that I'm looking at. So not as convenient as I would expect. So let me pull over to my MT4Professional profile, get it going. And you'll see the first thing you'll notice is that you'll come up with a configuration load. You'll come up with a list of configurations that we've already configured for you that get you up and running right off the bat. So we were looking at a simple moving average cross. So let's look at the moving average cross, price and pattern, a simple moving average cross with notifications right there. So we'll load that one up. So you can see that I have an hourly chart on the top and I have a 1 minute chart here on the bottom. Say, for example, you want to make that 1 minute chart more like a 15-minute chart. Then you can see that if it's once it's refreshed, let me pull it back to a 15-minute chart. There you go. So if you refresh it at any time, then notice it goes right back to a 1 minute chart. That's because it's set up that way in the configurations panel. The configurations panel allows you to go through and edit that. So let me roll up to my editable ones and show you this setup. So I have a SMA cross right here that I will load. I have 4 different windows now, and I have 4 different time frames on my scanner. So if I were to pull up my configuration panel and edit this particular configuration, you can see that I have 4 different charts. Each of the charts are the same size. Of course, I can make them separate sizes. And you can see that I have time frames ranging from 5-minute, 15-minute, hourly, and 4-hour. What I'm looking at is an exponential moving average 821 cross, an 8 period and a 21 period cross. That's the template that I've set up to use to display on each one of my charts. So notice that on each one of these charts, I have a crosshair, I have moving averages, and I have the setups here moving on. So each one of these are set up as a wait a second, do I have a window open? It's not responding. Make sure that it's responding properly. Yeah, that one is. Yeah, there it goes. All right, so let me pull that back up and I'll go through that again. Edit each chart. I have a SMA 1530 this time. I'm looking at the cross of two moving averages, and I have this set up as a template. So on the chart itself, if I were to pull up a template, you can see that I have an SMA template. What do I call that one? SMA RS. There it is right there. There it is. So you can see I have that template loaded and running on the chart itself. Now, I can display any template that I want. For example, I'll just go ahead and use any template off the list. Say, for example, I'll use the EMA and price. Notice it is a completely different drawing or setup. I can also use a standard one like this one. So you can see I've got quite a few different templates that I can use. But on my configuration, you can see I have it selected to use just the SMA 1530 as my template that I want to use. So as soon as I save this or reload it, then it will automatically overwrite this with the template that I want it to use, and everything will be right back the way I originally configured it. If I'm looking at the brains behind the scan, then all I have to do is go to the scanner editor. And the scanner editor gives me a rule set that is used to define the color of the charts. So if I were to go over and look at that right here, then you can see that each one of these cells are different colors based upon the rules I give it for it to turn colors. If it has a certain setup, then it will turn the cell red based upon the rules that I give it. So let's look to see what those rules are. For the SMA 1530 cross, that's the only rule set that I have. If I click the little pencil right here, then I can just simply edit the rules. Now notice that everything is built upon pull down menus. So once you have defined it and set them up, then they're fully accessible to you at any time through using pull down menus. Also, you can have color codes that allow you to define any color that you like from either the available color palette, any standard color, or from any color that you define based upon any RGB value that you've got. A name field and a default color allows it to switch over. So the first condition is always the first one that it tests. So go to condition 1 and it'll ask, moving average, which is a simple moving average 15 period, is it greater than the moving average 30? So we're looking to see if this moving average 15, which is the red one, is greater than the moving average 30, which is the blue one. You see the operator can be any of the valid operations that you normally would have access to. Greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to, or equal to. I want to see a cross. So I want to see when the MA15 is greater than the MA30. So at any point that this cross goes greater than that, I want to know about it. And not only do I want to see that cross, but I want to see that the close of price is also greater than that MA30. So I want to see price and the moving average greater than that blue moving average line. That's my condition. If that's true, it'll set my cell green. And the correlation is for a bearish move, which means if the MA15 is less than the MA30 and if my price is under the MA30, then I know that I want to be in a bearish condition or bearish setup, and it's primed for a move in the downside. If neither of these conditions are true, that's what the or is. If the close isn't under, or the cross hasn't crossed, if this is true, but that isn't, and then the same here, if neither of these conditions are true, then the color will turn itself yellow, indicating that that instrument is in a state of flux and does not have a fixed trend direction. Pretty simple, huh? Of course, these are just two conditions. You have a big plus sign here that allows you to add any additional conditions that you like. You're not limited in any way by the system, only by your own imagination or your own ability to analyze the setups. A simple plus, click of the plus gives you another condition set where you can set the color, set the condition, or create a new condition if you want to add a new condition based upon a new indicator or any constant value that you want to add to that. Say you hit that by mistake, you just want to get rid of it, then all you have to do is click the X and you're right back to where you began. Click OK to signify that you're done. And that gives you a color rule, which we call the SMA 1530. It's currently applied to a 5-minute time frame. I have a 15-minute time frame. I have a an hourly and a 4-hour. Say, for example, I wanted to create a 30-minute. Then all I have to do is click the plus sign, create the 30-minute time frame, select a color rule from the drop-down menu. There's only one to pick, so all I have to do is just tick it, and I am ready to go. I now have a 30-minute that I can add to my 5, 15, hourly, 4-hour, and daily if I wanted to add that. If I don't want that, then just simply click at X and it's gone. Easy peasy. Say, for example, I want to keep the 4-hour up, but I don't want to have any color rules for it. Then all you have to do is just unselect it and it's gone. Just like that. And you can turn it back on anytime. If you edit one, then you edit any of them. So by clicking the pencil on any of the time frames, then you'll have full access to the rules for each of the condition sets. And of course, the symbol list, if you go over and try to create a list of symbols that you're interested in, then you have access to all of the symbols on your MT4 or MT5 platform right here. So all you have to do is just select one or more by holding the Shift key down. Then you can select a whole group of them wherever you first clicked, and it will include anything from there to where you click. If you hold the Control key down, then you can selectively pick only instruments that you are interested in. And once you have a selection, then just hit the right arrow button right here, and that will add them to the existing list that's there. It won't let you add duplicates. So if you happen to accidentally pick one that's already on the list, it'll tell you that's already on the list. You can't add that one, and it'll add all the remaining ones onto the list. If you want to start from a new list, just click the Clear All button. Or if there are some on the list that you added that you really don't want anymore, just click the X to remove them. Whatever appears on this list will be the list that you'll be using. A quick search. If you're looking only for like Euro symbols, so type EUR, and only symbols beginning or including the EUR designation will be shown on the list. If you have another configuration that already has a symbol list in it that you like, then all you have to do is click Start from another configuration, and it'll automatically pull in that symbol list and that symbol list only into this configuration, so you don't have to worry about recreating it. Once you're done with any changes or updates you have, then just simply click the Save button. You'll be verified with the check mark next to the save, and it will be saved and it will be uploaded to the cloud. All of your configurations on MT4Professional are cloud-based, so everything is backed up in the cloud, and you don't have to ever worry about losing data or configurations again. And it's portable, which means that allows you to take it anywhere you go. You don't have to worry about bringing your computer. You can even use your friend's computer. You can connect to the cloud, log into your account, and download all of your configurations from the cloud, and you're ready to go right there. Last but not least, Notice the little share button in the bottom right corner. There's a feature in MT4Professional that allows you to access all of the traders that are currently or use MT4Professional. And this allows the traders network to share any of your configurations with any other trader in real time. Simply by typing in their name or their email address, you can pull them up on the list and click the button to share any of the configurations that you currently have with them on the network. It's very, very, very easy to use. All right, so that was the simple moving average cross. I think there was the MACD. So let me pull up the MACD and signal setup. And what this is it's a set of 3 screens. I've got a 4-hour, a daily, and a weekly chart. And notice that these screens are all synchronized, that they all dynamically scan based upon the position of my cursor. And you can see there's a blue crosshair located on all 4 of the screen, all 3 of the screens. And as this moves, you can see it moving and showing the alignment within those. So while this looks like a multiple top high, you can see on the daily that it is a multiple top, but it is more closer to a low than a high because of the longer term nature. And you can see on the weekly that that low is a midline on the failure to create new highs. So it gives you a lot of information just simply by looking at that location. A single click locks the cursor in the current position, so it allows you to move around the screen without having to move or change it around. You can look and see where things are, and it doesn't keep you from using any of the other tools that you already are using in MT4 to measure or to set up or use on your charts. If you want to go full screen, and all you have to do is just double click on any of the tabs on the bottom to set up and use that in full screen mode. And then when you're done, just simply double click it again. You're right back into normal mode. And any click of any symbol on your symbol list will automatically change the symbols on all of your charts that are open. You don't have to drag or drop them anymore. You're always going to be set up and moving. If you have an indicator that you want to test out on your charts, then just simply drag and drop that indicator onto your chart, set it up, and click OK. And notice that the indicator will be displayed on the chart, but once you change symbol, that indicator display will be gone again. So it's a great tool for allowing you to test, set up, and even save multiple templates without messing up your current configuration. It's a great and an awesome tool. And once you get used to using it, it will be very difficult to go back to the regular MT4 or MT5. So looking at the scanner itself, you can see that the scanner is looking for MACD signal. When the histogram goes under the signal line, that is a bearish condition. And whenever my RSI goes over or under, then that's also a bearish or bullish condition. You can also see that I have a exponential moving average here on price. So whenever the price goes greater than this EMA line, I'm considering that to be bullish. And whenever it goes below the EMA line, I'm considering that to be bearish. So let's see what the logic is on the configuration to determine bullishness or bearishness based upon the MACD signals. There's multiple signals here, so we can see what that is. So really quickly, you can see that my setup has 3 different charts. One is a much larger size than the other 2, and I have them set up with the EMA MACD template and the diff timeframes as noted. Now let's go to the scanner, define the scanner, and see that I have one color rule, and that color rule is called strong signal. So let's take a look at that color rule. So a strong signal, which I gave it the name, you can give it any name you want. Condition 1 is a bearish condition. I say bearish because I just made the color red. So I'm going to set all of these conditions so that it gives me a bearish output. A bearish output then is defined by these 3 conditions. MACD using a 12.26.9 at close has to be less than the MACD 12.26.9 close, but this one is the signal line. And the first one is my base indicator, which is the histogram. So as I showed you earlier, you've got two different signals on the MACD. The red line is your signal line, and the white is the base indicator, or what we refer to as the histogram. So I'm looking to see that that base indicator is less than the red signal line. So you can see a condition right here where that histogram is less than the red signal line. That is a bearish condition. Here you can see it again. Signal line is greater than that, or the histogram is less than that signal. That's condition 1. Condition 2 here under this set, I want to see that the close of price is less than a 15-period exponential moving average. So on the price here, I want to see and make sure that this price action is underneath the moving average that I have selected. And third, I want to see that the relative strength from 2 bars ago is greater than the relative strength currently. Okay, so if the relative strength of the previous bar, say here, is greater than the relative strength of the current bar, which is right here, then I have a downward sloping relative strength, and that's bearish. So I want to see that the slope of my relative strength is moving down, that I have a bearish cross, and that my price is less than the moving average. If all three of these are true, I have a strong bearish signal. And likewise for a bullish signal, if you see a price above with a bullish MACD and a rising relative strength, that's bullish. And I want to have a signal that tells me the condition is ripe for a long move. And this one tells me it's ripe for a short move. If neither of these are true, then I'll get a default color, which is yellow. If I want to add another indicator, then all I have to do is click the plus sign, and I have one more additional set. Click the plus indication there, choose whatever indicator that you like. You have access to any of the indicators that you have full access to on your platform, MT4 or MT5. Say that you're looking at a specific volume indicator, and you want to see that the on-balance volume is a certain value. You want to apply the close of price to that, and the shift indicator allows you to look back in time. So if you want to see if the volume from 2 bars ago or 3 bars ago is greater than the current volume, 1 bar, then you simply put this indicator twice, one of them with the shift 3 and the other with the shift 1. And then you simply select OK. Once you select OK, notice that the unbalanced volume indicator comes up as a choice on your pull down menu, along with all of the other ones that you have that you're currently using. And then I can just simply use that one to compare with any other indicator that I want. Okay? And that's how easy it is. One last thing before we move on from there. Notice that there's a real-time notifications checkbox here. If you check that, then this turns on the notification center within MT4 or MT5. If you have a mobile device, then you can also set it up to send you SMS messages by simply selecting and setting up your phone number and adding it to the MT4Professional members area. So by clicking that and adding that to your setup, then you move over to the MT4 users area and you go to the configurations panel. Then this allows you to go through and select the notifications. Phone notifications, if this is selected as yes, then you give your phone number, it will automatically notify you when you have this configuration. You can also get notified on your computer through website notifications. You can get an email notification or simple on-screen notifications as well. Okay. This is the membership area. So if you do subscribe to MT4 Professional, you get full access to both of the most recent software updates we have for MT4 or MT5. Or you can use both of them if you have both platforms running and you have a license that supports that. Okay. One other thing I want to show you is that the scanner can be set up as real-time. So you have a real-time scanner and you select the account that you're running. If you have multiple accounts, then you can have access to those multiple accounts. But notice that the scanner that you are currently using on your desktop automatically displays here on your browser or on the mobile device that you're using, whether it's a PC, a iPhone, a tablet device, whatever it might be, then you can see an exact duplicate of the current scanner is developed there. So you can see the utility in this, that if you need to pull away for lunch or you don't want to be tied down to your computer, this is an awesome way to check these current setups so you're not missing any trades ever. So one click on any symbol, say for example, the setup on the Euro Swiss, notice that it will automatically change the charts to the Euro Swiss pair, and it will take a snapshot of that Euro Swiss pair to show you the current configurations for that particular setup. And here you're doing this on your iPhone or on your tablet device when you're out at lunch somewhere. You can check the configurations, you can check your charts. If this is a good setup, then just get on your broker on your mobile device and place the trade. It's just that easy. Any snapshots that you take with MT4 Professional using the icon will automatically be available to you in the members area under the snapshot directory. And they can all be tagged with any specific tag that you give it, and you make them public or private so that you can share them with the provided link to anybody in your work group or anywhere on Twitter, Facebook, any other chat room or group that you are a member of. Then you can take your tested outputs and share there as well. So, okay. I have a request to share one of my configurations with somebody. The MACD RSI setup that we're currently going through right now, I will go through and share that. So with AHAN right there. Let's see. Well, there's two of them, so let me get the one. Still two. Looks like I got three. A Hanson's 277. There you go. I got you. So do I want to share that with a Annette Hansen? Yes. And it's been shared. So what that did was it sent an email and it downloaded it to the cloud, a copy of my configuration. So if you were to go under the configurations window, scroll down to the very bottom of the configurations window, you'll see an inbox. In the inbox, you'll see the configuration I just sent you. All you have to do is just click on that configuration, or that'll allow you to look at it, or you can click create your own custom configuration. You'll get this same menu, scroll to the bottom and click it, and it will create a copy of the one I just sent you and save it, and then it will save it as your own editable customization, and it'll appear up here on the customs section that you have created yourself. So you have full access to all of the rules that I've already set up, and it's just that easy to be on board and be up and running. Sam asked, is there a way to back test your setups? Absolutely. Once you have the setups done, if you have an EA that's written for it, then you can go through and use the back test ability within MT4 or MT5. So if your strategy is already set up as an expert advisor, you can do that. But there's no way to go through like any chart. You have to have something that goes back through and tests it for you. So inherent to MT4Professional itself, it doesn't have a way to back test itself. But you can develop an EA for any of your strategies, and that can be back tested. Right now, you can't use MT4Professional directly on a tablet or phone device. You have to use it on a PC, a computer, and then you can pull it up and link it directly to any tablet device or phone through the web app. But we do not have any applications right now where we can run it directly on your phone or directly on your tablet. So we don't have any plans for that as of yet. All right, so I've gone through quite a few demonstrations here. Let me go back to my presentation and make you a very special offer for those of you who are here who have not tried or who want to get going on their own copy of MT4Professional. So let me get my window back up again. So very quick poll before we get into the offer. Of all the things I demonstrated today and shown you about MT4Professional, which ones did you like the best? Was it the single click integration of the charts? Was it the scanner, of course, my rules, my way? Was it the traders network where you share your advanced configurations with all of the traders in your network? Is it that it's mobile so you can take it anywhere or anytime? Is it the ability to do multiple time frame technical analysis? Or how easy and fast it is to use and to set up? Pick one of those and let me know your thoughts, what you like best about it. And then we'll go right into our offer for you today, along with the link to get started with your own copy of MT4Professional. And of course, if you do have a specific configuration, please share that in the chat, and I'll be more than glad to demonstrate that after we make today's offer. Yep, the scanner, of course, my rules, my way, is the majority winner, followed by multiple time frame technical analysis. Those two are the best features within it because it gives you the ability to set up scans specifically on your criteria and validate it with multiple time frames, which is awesome. All right, that's great. So today's special offer. Oh, I passed it up. So if you're currently using MT4Professional, let me know. Let me know if you love it. If you're not currently using it, then let me know why. Either that you haven't had the time to try it or that you want to know more about it. You're not sure if you need it or not, or if you're just not interested at the moment. Any of those are good answers and responses, but just let me know which one best matches your situation. And then we'll go to the offer. I think I mess that one up every time. Whatever the data that you have access to on either MT4 or MT5, you'll have full access to on MT4Professional. So you don't have to worry about missing any of your setups. So 46, almost half of the entire class today are currently using MT4Professional and love it. Another 25% roughly haven't had the time to try it yet, but hopefully today you'll get access to it and try it out today. You want to know more, another 15%. Some aren't sure that they need it or not, and a few are not quite interested at the moment. That's okay. I think you'll come to a time where you might be very interested in it. So today's offer, MT4 Professional, for a limited time, you get full access to the MT4 and the full featured MT5 desktops. You get exclusive access to our Skype community, unlimited configurations and storage on the cloud, emails, push notifications, and up to 100 SMS notifications each month. All of the pre-configured examples that I showed you earlier are included. We have a retail value of this right around $22.95, but of course you're not going to pay that. We've set it aside as $194 per month, but from today's presentation, I want to cut that in half and make it available to you for $97 a month. $97 a month, including a 14-day free trial that if you don't love it within the first 14 days, then all you have to do is cancel. And in any time within that 14 days, you'll still get full access to the full 14 days, but you can cancel any time during the subscription and you won't have to pay a penny. But if you don't, and you continue using it after day 14, then you'll be charged $97 a month for the duration of your subscription. And that means that you're locked in the discount for the entire life of the subscription. If you cancel the subscription, which you can at any time, you get to use the remainder of the month, but you will be going back to the $194 per month if you decide to come back and try it again. The link for this is mt4professional.com/trial. There's a link in the chat box as well for your convenience to copy and link to. So click that link and you'll see a page that allows you to lock in this 50% discount on the current version. And that's for the basic configurations. The gold package gives you access to up to 10 different accounts or platforms you can use. It's usually for group traders or people who are trading multiple accounts. So, and if you, of course, if you have any questions, then you can always contact us at support@mt4professional.com, and we will get right back to you with an answer. If we don't have an answer, we'll let you know and we'll research it and make sure that we do give you an answer. But email us at support@mt4professional.com. It'll create a ticket and we'll be able to get to you with the answers that you're looking for. So let me pull my platform back up again and let me go back to the setup so that you can see any examples that we currently have running. So let me know if there's something you want me to show and I'll be glad to go through it and demonstrate it for you. Now, some people had asked about custom indicators, if it works with customizations or anything that you've created or written for yourself that aren't part of standard MT4. And absolutely, there's no indicator that's on your platform that doesn't have full access to MT4. So let me pull up a configuration of some indicators that I have developed and have full access to. These are the Hawkeye tools. You can see these are custom indicators which are working perfectly with the system. Multiple time frames. I can look at when alignment occurs on multiple time frames and when the bullishness or bearishness of these are based upon the current trend. So you can see where it went bullish, how to gain access to that, and how to capitalize on the potential 22 to 25 pip move that just went in right there. So why would you want to capture that or see that? And then how would it be lined up with my longer 15 or 30-minute time frames? So that's the idea behind it. So any custom indicator comes in for that. So you can see that on my configuration, on my 5-minute chart, I have 3 different signals that are coming through. On my 15-minute, I only have 2. And on my 30-minute, I only have 1. So you can see I'm not limited in any way on how I use the indicators or the suite of tools that I have access to. So let's take a quick look at the configuration of that. You can see that I have a template that I selected. I have 3 different templates. So see, this is a setup for a a template called Hawkeye 2 Roadkill, and then I have the Hawkeye Original loaded on the other two charts because I have different settings and different indicators I want to have displayed on each one. So it's set up separately. So let's pull up the scanner itself and look at the rules. Now notice under the color rules that I have 3 different rules defined. Earlier example, I showed you that there was only one color rule, but you can see you're not limited to the number of rules that you can set up or use within MT4Professional. So let's look at my trend rule. The trend rule says it's going to be bullish if my trend and stop indicator with these settings is greater than 0. Now, one thing I wanted to show you about that was that on the account under view, if you look at the data window right here, the data window shows you the output of the indicators that are on any particular chart. Now, these other windows are in the way, so let me go through this real quick, and then I'll go back and show you this. But you will see that the output of this indicator, either the indicator value 1, indicator value 2, or the indicator value 3, will show up on that data window, and I will see what the value needs to be in order for it to trigger. So I know that if that value is anything greater than 0, then this condition is true, and I know that I have a bullish setup. If that same indicator is greater than 0, but the indicator value 2, not the value 1 that's on the bullish, value 2, that's the bearish one. And so value 3, that would be my congestion or neutral trend setup. And so I have one down here that's a white color, and then it uses the condition line 3. So if I were to look at that indicator and click the configuration button, you can see that I have tick marked the default parameters that I use for that indicator. And you can see you have up to 10 different parameters that you can use to configure your indicator. Otherwise, just leave the default indicator parameter checked and it will do that. And notice that here I have indicator line to use. I have selected indicator line 3. You have full access to up to 8 different lines of output from that indicator. And now let me go to the output of that data box to show you what it is I'm talking about by line output. So on this chart here, you can see that the numbers that are being displayed over here, specifically here on the Hawkeye trend, are the numbers I'm interested in. So if I were to move my mouse over a green one, so this is a green trend, notice that the Hawkeye trend long, which is the output 1 of the indicator, is greater than 0. It's actually the value, the location in price of the dot that's located on the screen. Now the second one is the bullish one. Notice that it's the short, so this is line 1, that's line 2, and that's line 3. It's the white one. So anytime I move over a white one, notice that line 3 fires. If I move over a red one, line 2 fires, and so forth. So it's a simple indication to show you I know which one to pick, and I know what logic to use to make sure that's going long or going short. Very easy to use. So I picked 3 of them for my 5-minute. The first one was the trend, the second one was the volume, and the third one was the heat map or the momentum. I want to see if all 3 of them are in agreement. That's the first condition I need to check. Next, I need to see if my longer time frame momentum and volume agree with that trend assessment. If it does, then I need to check to see that my 30-minute volume is also in agreement with that trend. So if I'm not in agreement across the board, then I cannot take the trade. So I need to see something like the Euro Swiss. The Euro Swiss or the dollar yen, something that's showing me that there's agreement in trend, volume, price all the way across the board. So let me click on the dollar yen. Let's take a look at the dollar yen. You can see that's in a very strong downward move. So this strong downward move is showing a red trend dot, red volume, bright red heat map on all of my timeframes. So it's very easy to see. So when that condition first occurred, that's where you want to be ready to jump in. So it went from a green trend dot to a red trend dot. That's the location where you are ready to jump in and start taking the trade. It's at that point then that you can start taking the 16 to 30 pip moves that you're used to be taking all the time. So the software is already set up to do that. You just have to set it up in the system to signify or signal you either through email or SMS message when that condition occurs and when a trade condition comes up that you can take advantage of. Easy peasy. Z wants to know, can you show other trading investments, futures, stocks to use with MT4Professional? If you have the data available on your MT4 or MT5 system, then it is fully accessible. Futures or stocks, or if your MT4 broker provides that data, either through CFDs or through direct access stocks, then you can use that data. There's no limit for any of the setups. I just have access to, my broker just gives me Forex data right now. So that's all I have access to right now. But it's not limited in any way. It's dependent upon your broker. Yes, we do have training videos available in the members area and on our YouTube channel. And we have full configuration set up there. So if you go over to the members area, and if you click right here on the Help and Documentation Center, then it opens up a window into our, not only our ticketing system, but also into our help and support. So this is our knowledge base, and it gives you all access to all of the platform setups, quick start videos, access whether you're a Mac user or not, all the backlog chain logs, and then directly how to set up and use each one of these with videos and setup charts available, and how to set up and use all of your members area. So that's all available to you just like that. Okay, and you, of course, you get access to the members area directly from MT4Professional's main website. Just click the sign in button and you are logged right in. You would like to see the Hawkeye 5, 15, and 30. Okay, that's the current one that I have set up here. Okay, set up with 2 roadkills. So let me, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit load. I meant to hit edit. There, share. I know that you're 3044 now. All right, I just shared it with you. And there you go. So that's not where you're so sure. You'll have to research what brokers provide information via MT4. That's correct, because there are so many brokers out there, and many of them do or do not provide different futures or stock data. You'll have to contact your broker directly, because there's just so many different ones out there that do and don't. Sorry, I don't have a direct answer for you on that, but that's the best answer I can. You're very welcome, Annette. All right, well, that does it for me today. If there aren't any other questions, then I'll be heading on out, getting ready for the rest of the week and big trading day tomorrow. Yeah, sorry about that, Z, but you're very welcome. And if I can be of any other assistance in the future, then again, you can always contact us at support@mt4professional.com. And make sure you don't leave today without getting a copy of your own of MT4Professional, either for MT4 or MT5. and see how it can be useful for you in your own trading and how it can elevate you to the next level of consistency and profitability. Thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you this same time in about 2 weeks. Bye for now.